keyboard exchange international.
Huss, that was fantastic. Where'd you get this guy?
Well, this is an amazing true story here we're about to tell you. Hi, folks. Mr. Grant and Jim here at Keyboard Exchange in sunny Sanford, Florida. That's where we are today, Grant.
Yes, sir.
Although you've been traveling quite a bit lately, and not as much as you used to. You used to travel the world on cruise ships and everything, but thanks for being here today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so this is interesting on several levels because this is the internal parts of what could have been a B3, a C3, an A100 installed into a very customized anvil case that I personally ordered maybe 20 years ago.
Wow.
And then we sold it to a gentleman who sadly never really got a chance to use it much.
Really?
Yeah, so it sat in his studio.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was on the road much at all. I don't
No,
see
it doesn't
a lot
look
of
any different
no
than
damage or
when
anything.
we sold it to him.
Yeah, it looks new.
But the family, the estate, they tried to sell it on their own for several years, and I had been in conversations with them and said, please let us, take a look at it
Yeah.
when you have a moment. So they just showed up at the door not too long ago and had it in the back of their truck.
Man.
Yeah. So I didn't know exactly what we were getting in terms of how much use it had. And then he
Right.
told me it wasn't used much, and then I didn't see any scratches on it. And then when we took it apart, we found, oh my gosh, this was done in the Keyboard Exchange shop. I don't know, at least a dozen years ago.
Wow.
So
Fantastic.
done to some specifications that I worked out with the technicians that were working with me at the time. And your first impression was pretty good, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the OBL in there, so you can plug this into a bass guitar amp with one output, and an all-around range of frequencies with the other output. But what was your first impression when you saw this? It's certainly unique, almost
Yes,
unique.
absolutely. It's a really well-designed, road-worthy Hammond chop. It's well, I shouldn't say it's a chop. It's just the manuals and the tone generator, so we don't have any. They didn't chop the actual case.
We preserved the
Yeah.
case.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what we used it for. If we used it.
But this is permanently mounted inside of this anvil case. This cover comes off as well.
Yeah, the
But,
anvil case actually takes the place of the wooden furniture that
Yeah.
the factory made,
Yeah.
and that makes it what we might want to call it the ultimate road warrior.
Yeah.
We have another one we're calling the Road Warrior. It's got removable legs, but this has a Trek 2 preamp in it with reverb and a lot of really cool custom stuff.
Yeah.
What did you hook it up to? A 122?
Yeah, we've got it hooked up to a 122 over there. That is screaming, as you
Yeah.
noticed. And it's finished in Line-X, which is a durable coating that you'd see on the undercoat of cars or something like that.
Yeah,
or truck beds.
you're referring to the Leslie.
Yes.
That had the Line-X. The Line-X is.
Yeah.
I suppose it could be used as an undercoating, but it's more used in the pickup truck beds.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the bed liner.
Yeah, bed liner, which makes it pretty scratch resistant.
Yeah,
You could throw 2x4s on that and drive all around with it.
Yeah. But this thing sounds amazing. I mean, we didn't do anything to it. We just set it up to say, hey, let's see what happens. And it's
Yeah, I saw you oiled it. You oiled it.
yeah. We put
Yeah.
oil in the generator and.
But if we sold it a dozen or more years ago and he didn't use it much, it's just coming back to us in
Yeah.
the same condition it went out.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's sitting up pretty high right now because we didn't get a stand with it. And even when we sold it, we may have sold it with a short Leslie. So you could theoretically, depending on your height
Yeah.
and your preferences for how you want to play things. I mean, I've seen keyboard players on stage play like this, but you know, I could see this being used in a rock and roll band, and I could also see it for a praise team evangelistic outreach, where the praise team goes out into the public and moves the equipment around. Or even if you're in a startup church and you are moving the equipment every Sunday and storing it in a closet that I heard about just recently.
Yeah, this is amazing. We've got everything built onto the outside of the anvil case, so you don't even have to dig into there. Everything plugs right in. We've got some sturdy stuff
super
on the back.
convenient.
Yeah,
and
it's
even
really well done.
even the expression pedal plugs in, and the Leslie speed control switch is all foot operated. So I'm glad you appreciate the design, because I'm starting to remember a lot of thought went into this.
Yeah, of course.
We made, I don't know, half a dozen of them. Got all the cases made at the same time, and then we went about trying to find good homes for them. But oh my gosh, if you have a use for something like this, you know, it's got these handles built into the Anvil style case. It's not an Anvil case, it's Anvil style.
Right.
Anvil's a manufacturer's name, but this is a custom ATA road case. And it's just a unique, not exactly unique because we made 3 or 4 more, 5 more.
Right.
But very, very spectral. And you might be out there looking at this saying, oh my God, I've waited all my life for this moment.
I say that every day.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
When I walk in the door.
And see your wife when you get home?
No, this door.
Oh, this door. Well, hey. Anyway, did you have anything else to say profound, or you've already said it?
No, I don't.
Okay, save that for the next video.
Yeah.
Because people are still talking about your description of the Hammond A102 legs. People are still talking about that. Not to mention when you walk in another man's shoes, you know. Every time I see that video, I have to laugh. Anyway, Mr. Grant, Jim Huss here at Keyboard Exchange signing off, wishing you all well. God bless you. Rock and rollers, praise team keyboard players. You know, you could even just use this in your church service too. If you have a bass player, or Grant, jump up there and just play a few bass lines with your left hand. Okay. You get the idea.
Yeah, it gets up
Well
down
done.
there. Yeah.
Well done. The bass tone on this, we've all noticed, is remarkable.
Yeah.
So if you're a jazz player and you play left-hand bass and you're playing your right-hand lead lines and chords and everything, or if you have a bass player, you won't necessarily appreciate that so much. But man, I'll tell you what, if you play finger bass with the Hammond organ, this could be you, especially if you want to stay mobile. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, we were about to say goodbye, so goodbye, folks. Give us a call at Keyboard Exchange International in Sanford, Florida. This could be yours. Thanks for watching our video, and thank you also for helping keep the Hammond Tone Wheel B3 organ alive. We couldn't do all this work that we do here without you. And it would also help greatly if you could subscribe, like, ask for notifications for when we have new videos. That would be a big help for us. So we thank you once again. I'm signing off for now, but we will be back.